The Chicago Bears take on the Indianapolis Colts this Saturday at 6 p.m. at Lucas Oil Stadium. What should we look out for in this game? Watch this video to find out. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears preseason prediction video, which I'll be doing before every single preseason and regular season game as well. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want my thoughts and my opinions on what to take away from each game. But yeah, we got week 2 now of the NFL preseason. This preseason is moving by super fast. I feel like we had a couple of joint practices yesterday and today. I'm pretty sure I'm posting this video on Thursday night, so we will have had 2 joint practices with the Indianapolis Colts by this point. We've gotten to know them a good amount, and now we're going to be facing off against them in a real game in Indianapolis, which I actually will be missing because I'm going to a wedding that day. So unfortunately, I won't be able to watch this game live, but obviously on the way back home that night, I will be watching all the highlights, all the game footage too, and giving you guys a reaction probably on Sunday morning. So really sucks I can't watch this live, but it's only preseason, so I can't complain that much. If it was a regular season game, then I would be kind of pissed at my friend for hosting a wedding during a regular season Bears game. But regardless, talking about this game, what we should look out for, first of all, talking about who's actually going to be playing. We're not totally sure at the point I'm recording this video, but talking about the quarterbacks, I do believe it's going to be Justin Fields versus Anthony Richardson at the beginning because both of them are the starters at this point. Anthony Richardson has earned the starting job according to Colts reporters, according to the Colts coaching staff. So Richardson is going to be out there. I'm not sure for how long. Justin Fields also should be out there. I'm not sure for how long either. Maybe a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, maybe a little bit less than a quarter. I'm not sure because Eberflus has been kind of hushed on how much he actually will be playing, but I'd assume it's going to be more than last game in which he only threw 3 total passes, partly because the playmakers took it to the house very fast. So we're going to get 2 very mobile, very dynamic quarterbacks facing off against each other in Anthony Richardson versus Justin Fields, which should be a lot of fun to watch. But talking about the other players in this game, most starters should be playing unless they're injured. So guys like Tremaine Edmonds, Chase Claypool probably will not be playing if I had to guess, but everybody else I think should be playing because Eberflus has stated that he does want starters to play in preseason to get that experience, to get those reps for the regular season action. So expect the starters to be in here again for like a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half at the very most. We're not going to be in here for like the entire game, obviously, but it should be enough to get a extended look at them, at least compared to the last game in which we only saw Fields throw 3 total passes. So talking about the offense, talking about what I want to see from Justin Fields in this game and the first team offense, I do want to see different types of throws in this game besides only horizontal throws. And I know, like, I'm not expecting them to give the entire playbook away, give their best plays away in preseason. Obviously, that's not going to be the case, but I do want to see Fields attacking at least a little bit downfield, at least like 1 or 2 throws in this game, just to get a feel of doing that in a real game with these new playmakers, this new offensive line before the season actually starts. I do want to see if our offensive line can hold up that long in pass protection to let a deep play develop downfield. We have new guys on the O-line, so guys like Darnell Wright, guys like Nate Davis, speaking of Nate Davis, I mean, he should be playing in this game because he has been back playing in pads. So these new guys on the offensive line, can they hold up? Can they have that chemistry up front to protect Justin Fields if he does have to, drop back and take 3-4 seconds to throw the ball? Because he is looking for a deep post or a go route or a fade or whatever he's looking for downfield. A ball to DJ Moore, a ball to Darnell Mooney, whoever plays. It would be pretty nice to see like a big connection of 30-40 yards just to also shut up a lot of people too. I know their opinion does not matter, but it's been funny to see a lot of people think that Justin Fields cannot throw downfield because of one game in his career in which he finally had the screen game working for him, getting receivers actually getting yards for him after the catch. People have forgotten how good of a deep passer he actually is. So I would like to see different types of throws from Fields in this game just to also prove that he is getting a better grasp of this offense, because last game we didn't see enough of a sample size to really take anything away. But hopefully we do see at least 6-7 throws from Fields in this game as opposed to only 3 last weekend. So that's a passing attack. Hopefully we do score a couple touchdowns. Even 1 touchdown would be fine by me. You're not going to score 2 touchdowns immediately every single game. So that's the starting offense, the passing attack. Talking about the starting defense, I do want to see them have success against a very inexperienced thrower of the football. Okay, Anthony Richardson, as dynamic of an athlete he is, as explosive as he is, as much of a high ceiling he is a very raw prospect at this point in time that has not proven to be a great thrower of the football consistently, even in college football. Okay, at least Justin Fields in college football, he was a great thrower of the football, but Richardson is really raw in that regard. I'm not saying he can't be a good quarterback, but he has a lot of development to do at this point in time. So I think our defense with the vets on there, I know that some guys will not be playing, like Edmonds, some other guys may not be out there, but we should have enough talent to not allow Richardson to go down the field as easy as Malik Willis did in the first drive last week, I would hope. Now, it's only preseason, so we're not going to be sending crazy stunts, crazy blitzes, crazy packages at him. It's going to be a very basic vanilla defense, but still, okay, I do want to see them play contain well. Our edges need to play contain well against a very mobile quarterback. They kind of struggled doing that last weekend, and also all of last season too. We could not play contain at all against very mobile quarterbacks. We struggled against guys like Daniel Jones, who ran for a crazy amount of yards on us. So, playing against a very mobile, athletic quarterback is going to be good for the Bears starting defense to prep them for next season, because nowadays in the NFL, like, almost every quarterback is mobile to some extent. So playing against the fastest mobile quarterback should be a good challenge. And hopefully against the pass, we don't allow too much of anything, against a very inexperienced passer, against a offense that does have a lot of question marks right now passing the football. Hopefully our defense can hold their own in coverage and get some plays on the ball like they have been doing in camp so far in practices. We have been forcing a couple turnovers against Richardson, according to reports I've read. So hopefully that continues in this game. But talking about some of the backups now, okay, which backups am I most interested in watching playing? Honestly, all of them, because this team has really good depth right now at many different positions, which I feel like we've not been able to say. Okay, look at running back. We have an RB3 in Roschon Johnson, who made many fantastic plays last weekend. I want to see what else he can do this weekend. Maybe he does get some playing time with the starters too, because Eberflus and the entire coaching staff have seemed super, super high on this kid out of Texas. So, Roschon's arrow is definitely pointing up. I want to see if Ja'Tari Carter, our backup guard, who has been playing a lot in place of Nate Davis, who was injured, I want to see if he can follow up the performance he had last weekend with another really good performance. Because, guys, if you watched the film last weekend, Ja'Tari Carter did not allow much of anything. He was dominant in the last game. So having a backup guard like that going into year 2 would be really fantastic for the Bears' overall quality of offensive line depth, okay, in case we do have injuries with Nate Davis or if anybody else goes down on this offensive line. We know that Tevin Jenkins struggles a lot with injuries usually. So if Tevin Jenkins goes down, we do have a guy in Ja'Tari Carter who maybe, could be a fantastic backup option. I want to see Tyson Bagent, the QB3, QB4, I should say, because on the depth chart right now, he is QB4. But I do think with another great performance like he had in the fourth quarter last weekend, in which he looked accurate downfield, he seemed to be making plays off script, on the run as well. Maybe he could challenge to be that QB3 or maybe even QB2 on this roster. I think saying he could be a QB2 is kind of premature at this point. But guys, if he completely balls out the rest of the games in camp and PJ Walker continues to struggle, which he definitely has. PJ Walker in the game, he looked bad. In practice, he's not looked that good either. Why should the backup job not go to a guy in Tyson Bagent who does have even a lot more higher upside than a PJ Walker does? Now, it would be kind of risky not having a single veteran quarterback in the QB room. Maybe you keep PJ Walker as a QB3 or Peterman there as a QB3. But regardless, I do want to see if Tyson Bagent can follow up his performance last weekend with another good one this weekend, in which he should be getting hopefully more playing time than he did last weekend. So, those are guys I'm watching out for on the offense. But talking about the defense, and I do want to see guys like Travis Gibson and Terrell Lewis follow up their performance last weekend with another good one this weekend. It's going to take a lot of good work out of them, especially Travis Gibson, who's still, fourth string defensive end on the depth chart. It's going to take a lot of good games out of him to make this roster and climb up higher on the depth chart. So if he follows up last performance, with another good one this week, in which he again has a sack, maybe 4 or 5 pressures, then it would be putting a lot of pressure on the Bears coaching staff to raise him on this depth chart. I do want to also see a better play out of Gervon Dexter Sr., who we drafted out of Florida. Okay, last game, he did seem a little bit slow off the ball, slow to the line of scrimmage, which has been a major talking point about his play coming out of college. His pad level sometimes is too high. He stands up too straight sometimes. So I do want to see if Gervon Dexter can improve his technique and get better at getting to the line of scrimmage. I'm getting off the ball faster than he did last week. And I do want to see other guys too that we drafted, this year, like Tyreek Stevenson, like Terrell Smith, who I'm not sure how long any of them would be playing. And actually, Terrell Smith, I believe, is injured. So Terrell Smith might not be playing in this game, but I want to see Tyreek Stevenson get better, more fluid in coverage. We already know he can make plays against the run, but in coverage, is he going to be a liability for us in his rookie year? Hopefully not. Hopefully he does have some good play in this game. And otherwise, just look at all the backups, guys. Like, I'm not going to name all of them, but look at all the backups. Watch the third string, fourth string guys, because there's a lot of battles going on right now on this team, which if you're only focused on the starters, you might be missing. Okay, there's battles going on at the end of the CB depth chart for that CB5, CB6 spot. There's a battle going on maybe for QB2. Right now, there might be a battle going on for the edge rusher spots on this roster. So, playing to watch out for in this game. It should be a lot of fun. And, again, I'm not going to be watching this game live, so I won't be tweeting too much about it unless I get it on my phone and sneakily watch it during the wedding. But regardless, I will be having a post-game reaction on my channel on Sunday. I hope you guys enjoy the game. Leave your comments down below, but as always, bear down.